on the surface is known for its precision, known for its clarity. Processes like Kaizen, Kanban, these are really becoming best practices around the world for managing and communicating information. But if you know Japanese working culture, actually it's not the case. The meetings are long and drawn out. It's really difficult to make decisions. Everyone is dancing around the point. It's so easy to ramble, especially because of the characteristics of the language itself. Actually, it is highly rewarded when someone is very clear to the point, because that is rare to find. So if you take a look at Japanese bookstores, you see on their business, there are endless books teaching you how to be concise, to communicate your point, articulate yourself. And so when I was working in Japan in consulting in big tech, the top performers, whether it was on our side, whether it was on the client side, they consistently use this one tested and true framework to get their point across. And today you can see that, and it's called the Painter's Framework. It's not officially called the Painter's Framework. It's something similar to summarize, detail, and summarize. But when you hear that, you really lose the important nuance of this framework. And because a colleague of mine who paint explained this to me with an analogy, I thought this would be the perfect way to help you remember it as well. Imagine if you have a presentation on, let's say, revenue growth for next year. How do you prepare for this? You want to think about it as if you were painting watercolor. Step number 0 is you gotta prep. Before you even paint, artists draw with pencil on their canvas. So when you prep for your presentation, you want to do the same, right? Just come out with rough ideas of what you want to talk about. Here I have a 3-step, very simple checklist to help you prompt what you want to talk about. Number 1 is the goal. What is the goal of the company, of the project, and also for yourself when you present? What do you want to get out of this? Once you know that, you can move on to step number 2, which is the audience. Who is the audience? What do you want them to do by the end, right? Usually there needs to be a next step of some sort, right? They need to give you go, no-go decisions, or maybe they need to now give you more resources. They need to connect you to different departments, something like that. So what do you want them to do? And when do you want them to do it by? Once you have that, knowing that's where you want to go, you can then back calculate. What do you actually need to put into the presentation so they have everything they need to make that decision, take that action? And here, really, I think about what is the point I'm trying to get across, right? Maybe it's a recommendation that I need to think about. What's the problem? What's the solution? What are some of the alternatives that we've considered? Some of the analysis that we've done? Really draw that out. Once you have the rough sketches, it's time to bring out the paint. And this is really how you're going to introduce when you start to present. These are all about broad colors. There's no details yet. We're really staying high level, and we're just showing, here are some main themes. Here's some main ideas that I'm going to be talking about. Let's stay very high level, no details yet. Give them the lay of the land. Then you move on to the second step, which is, okay, now I'm going to add in more detail to the parts that matter. Once we've given the high level overview, where should they focus on? Where do you want to focus on so that they have all they need to know to make that decision or take that action later on? Then in part 3, you want to end with a summary of what happened, right? They saw the broad picture, they saw the details, they knew what to focus on, and now you bring it all together. Here's the theme, here's what we've been talking about, here are the details I want you to think about, and now link it to next steps. You've seen the whole picture, now you have to make a decision on go or no go, or you have to tell me which area you want me to explore more on, or you need to give me more resources so I can get this off the ground, or connect me with another department so we can get this rolling. Now here are a few phrases that I saw top performers use again and again to keep themselves on track. Number 1 is the key point is. Always in meetings, lots of people are not paying attention. To catch them back up and help them focus back on what they want to say, top performers always say the key point is, and say something so that other people remember, okay, if I agree with this, I probably agree with their presentation. The second thing is they always add something like what's interesting about this is, what's surprising about this is, what's impactful about this is. And they add that small touch of a little nugget, a little story that help people remember, oh yeah, I never thought about this before. That's actually really clever. At work, we think, oh, as long as things make logical sense, everyone will just understand. But in reality, we're just all human beings at work. This is how top performers gain support, because they take that extra time to create a mini story so that their ideas travel. And the third phrase is, in other words. Paraphrasing, saying the same message but in different words really help top performers get their point across. We assume people should just get it, but you never know who you're losing in which moment of the meeting, and you never know which ideas actually resonate. So paraphrasing in different language is paramount. For more 5-minute communication frameworks like these, check out my course in the link below, and also this video here for frameworks when you want to be concise. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.